What's up, family? I just wanted to give my spiel on young Pharaoh and Seti and the situation that occurred before the debate. Prior to the debate, I just wanted to give my spiel on young Pharaoh and Seti. Mention a little bit of Sonetta too, and just kind of give my insight on you know what what Brother Polite had mentioned at the Million Man March back in I think it was October on bastardized leadership. Seti and Pharaoh is an example of bastardized leadership. If you if you look at the conscious community and other leaders that are out in the forefront, most of them, sorry fam, my phone tripping a little bit. But most of them, like Dr. Ali Muhammad, Brother Reggie, Brother Polite, some of the Hebrew cats, Tazariak, and Minister Inky, even like Brother King Simon, even Sinetta, most of them came up under leadership where they knew certain rules and principles and codes of order. Now, Sinetta, he I understand his part in trying to get the youth. I'm 25, I understand Sinetta's mission on trying to get the youth out there, but at the same time, I'm a part of an organization and I understand like chain of command, and it's like and like young Pharaoh. Seti and young Pharaoh remind me of like young G's, like on the streets that just you put them on a block or something and they just go wild. They go wild and they too loud and they tongue too loose and they feel like they can't be touched or they feel like nothing cannot happen to them. And that's not real. And it's not how you mold it's not how you mold young scholars, and to become leaders. A leader has to learn how to follow first. So with that being said, it's like it's a whole bunch of chaos and Pharaoh upset at Sinetta because of a contract, but it's like did Sinetta formulate the contract 2 days prior to the debate, or is Seti and Pharaoh complaining about the contract prior to the debate? So it's like a whole bunch of like fake stuff going on, and it's causing disunity in the conscious community. And another thing, as far as Sinetta, I agree with Polite on a lot of things because Sinetta, when you out there on the forefront every day or whatever, it's just like if you working 50, 60 hours a week or whatever, like you need a break. And I think Sinetta is in a stage where he need a break because although I feel like Seti and Pharaoh could have handled things better, like Sinetta has been bumping heads with Polite and other people back to back, back to back, back to back. And me, I'm a person, I pay attention to signs, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yeah, Polite could have or should have contributed to Sonetta's cause or whatever, but at the same time, if you understand Polite even prior to, a couple of years back, before like debates and stuff, when him and Seti debate got out of hand, Polite made sure that yeah, this is a debate, but Polite is a businessman. And so like when Sonetta had conflicts about when he had contacted Polite about talking to Meta World Peace about getting this building so they wouldn't have to rent out anymore, Polite, and any of us that are in the real estate or have a little bit of knowledge of real estate, Polite wanted to know the square footage to see, like the like to how much to pay, like how much the building worth. Is it going to make money? Because no matter what you say about celebrities, they have accountants and managers and other people in their ear about, before they do business, they don't just give $600,000. If in order for anybody to give you anything, you got to show them that it's worth the investment. You got to have a business proposal. You got to have an executive summary. You got to have You got to have statements and stuff to show that over time that this, 3 years from now, 2 years from now, that this place will make money, or it's worth the investment. Even though I understand, I get what Sarnetta saying about he introduced Polite to Meta World Peace, and like, changing Meta World Peace mind on consciousness and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, at the end of the day, most people look at it like they worked hard and stuff for their money. They not just gonna give it to anybody. And Polite is very strategic. Yeah, he's taking pictures and stuff with celebrities and all this and that. But Polite is very strategic, and that's why he's able to. He knows the rules of engagement. So whenever he meets a celebrity or whatever, he's not automatically going in their pockets or talking about their pockets. Like he's networking. He's finding common interests. He understands like the power of conversation. And if you don't understand the power of conversation, you can get some CDs up on it, about it or regarding it and things like that. But back to the whole Pharoah and Seti thing. I mean, it's just a pure example of bastardized leadership. It's just bastardized leadership, and it's like I could never follow somebody like young Pharaoh. He's intelligent. Seti, he has knowledge on him, and like they both have unique styles and unique styles of knowledge that does attract gangsters and niggas that was in the streets. I was a young G in the street, so I like the way Seti and Pharaoh deliver information, but because they did not come up under an organization, or because of certain things, you can see the flaws or their shortcomings, because they didn't come up under like leadership people that they don't respect authority. They don't respect like when people like they don't understand that everything doesn't cause a response. Everything you don't call people out their name in a disrespectful way if you from the streets. If you really about their life, like as a man, if you don't want to take it there and take another man's life, and we so pro black in the conscious community, like if you don't want to, like, what I'm saying, if you don't want anybody to get hurt, like there are ways that you can handle it. Like, I'm sorry, but Polite is what, 33, and when Sarnetta was calling him out his name and stuff, and Polite was like, he had like his manager or a person that he's networking with who told him like, just respond in a positive way, respond in a positive manner, stuff like that. And Polite did, and it made Sarnetta look like, kind of like a old man who was losing it, because the way Polite handled the situation was very strategic and very intelligent. Yeah, he held a lot of stuff in, and him and Sarnetta probably won't be as good as friends again. But at the end of the day, like I said, Seti and Pharaoh, they are a pure example of bastardized leadership. Point blank. Brother Kevin Hotel, check out my YouTube. But I just wanted to give my feedback on the whole Sarnetta and Pharaoh Seti situation. Peace.